It is Bryce Mitchell back here on the program. Bryce, how are you?
Great, man. Thank you for having me. Since the fight, I've just been resting and eating and sleeping.
No, I know. I bet it's been quite the ride for you. First off, I wanted to know, heading into the fight, were there any nerves at all? It didn't look like it in the cage, but there's always those UFC jitters once you step into the cage.
No, sir. I fought so many times in such a short amount of time here. I felt like I was good to go, man. Mentally, I just told myself because I was coming off that loss where I pretty much, when I fought Brad Katona, I think I lost in the last 40 seconds. I think I could have won a decision or whatnot, but I lost in the last 40 seconds. So I told myself I'm fighting till the lights go out tonight, and I intended to.
Yeah, and it was a great performance. What was the game plan heading into the fight, and do you feel like you executed it?
The game plan was to move a lot and not get kicked in the head because he throws a lot of rear head kicks and not get overhand righted. And I might have taken a right hand or two, but compared to how much he threw, I think I did really good about getting away from that right hand and the right head kick. Because I was worried so much about the head kick, it left my lead leg wide open. So I did take a lot of lead leg kicks, but just thank God I didn't get kicked in the head. It would have been so much worse.
No, I agree. Was there anything about Tyler that surprised you in the fight?
Oh, he's strong as shit, man. Um, and he was a lot bigger and a lot stronger in the third round. The first two rounds, I had my legs under me. I felt good. In the third round, man, I was just severely dehydrated. I think is what it was. I didn't hydrate properly, which sounds really stupid. You wouldn't hydrate before a fight, but I was just drinking water like a normal dude would because I didn't cut any weight. When you cut weight, you actually do drink a shit ton of water. You drink as much water as you can, a gallon, 2 gallons a day. When you're walking around 147 fighting at 145, there's no need to drink 2 gallons a day, or so I thought. But I just wasn't hydrated like I normally was, and so in the third round, it was a little bit of fatigue inside, but I was dehydrated. I had no water in my body, and I just felt like shit in that third round.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because I know we talked a bit about this off air. You didn't do a post fight scrum, and we find out it was because you were super dehydrated. You were having goldfish, I heard, or something after the fight.
Yeah, after the fight, I couldn't walk. My whole body was all cramped up, and I've had like 25 fights or something, and never have I felt so just depleted afterwards. I couldn't walk. My body was cramped up. I was in a lot of pain. They IV'd me, and then my coach started giving me goldfish, and I came back to life, man.
Brought you. It's like Super Mario Brothers when you get the mushroom that just makes you back to normal, which is pretty interesting. One more thing on the fight. When it went to the scorecards, it was a majority decision. Were you worried at all that it might go the other way, or were you pretty confident you got the win?
Oh, I thought they was gonna give him the decision. I mean, he's from Alpha Male. I'm from bumfuck Arkansas. I just figured that it was gonna go to him just because of that alone. But I do think I won the first two rounds. If you go point for point, um, you know, I think I won the first two rounds. But you would not see me complaining if they gave him the win. You wouldn't see me complaining one bit.
Fair enough. Did you get to celebrate at all after the win, or was it just back to the hotel trying to rehydrate and everything else?
I got to celebrate just a little bit. I saw some buddies from Cabot, my hometown. They flew out. I saw them, and we was hanging out in the parking lot for a good, I don't know, 30 minutes, and then I was like, guys, I'm still dehydrated. I got to get in, and like you said, most of the time was spent rehydrating. Just getting back to where I didn't feel like I had headaches. I had body cramps. Um, I didn't need a pair of crutches, but I had such a little pimp walk going that the people made me take crutches. It was like, no, you're limping pretty bad. You need to take them. So they made me take crutches. So I looked like shit.
Okay, fair enough. Did you talk to the UFC at all, or has the UFC talked to your management about the win? Because again, you're now 10-0. It looks really good on your resume that you got the win over Diamond of all people.
I haven't, no, sir, I haven't talked to any of the UFC people. I think my manager's been doing that. And they actually, did you know they counted that last fight on the show?
I saw that. What was up with that? No one knew that until they actually announced, like, in the cage. It was very weird. I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, them chicken fuckers, they told us they wasn't going to count that fight, and then they turn around and count it. I don't care. It is what it is. It's just that they did kind of lie because I'm about 90%, 95% positive they said it wasn't going to count.
Right.
So I don't care that it does. Shit, I don't see why you don't count both of them. I fought one time a couple weeks before. Why the fuck would you not count it? You know, but that's how I feel about it. But I don't care. But it did. I was kind of surprised myself. But as far as my next fight goes, I'm just gonna take a long time off. I had so many headaches after this fight. I kind of know when I need some rest, and I'm definitely needing some right now. And I don't plan to fight until next year. I've had three fights in the past 3 or 4 months, and they've all been hard. And I think the amount of fights in the short amount of time that I've had is it's taking a toll. I got hit pretty good in that third round, so I'm taking a lot of time off.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because there's that Toronto card coming up here in December, and I know you like to hunt. Canada, up in Ontario, there's a lot of good hunting up here. So I was gonna pitch that, but if you need more time, totally understandable with what you're saying.
Oh yeah, hey, that sounds like a dream come true up there. You got all the moose and elk, and there's real wilderness in Canada. There's a lot of backwoods in Arkansas, but Canada is the wilderness. People go out there, they freeze, and then they find their frozen bodies like 5 years later.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah, no, it is for sure. What about the feedback on social media after the win? Again, you had a lot of support going into this fight, and I'm sure you got a lot of positive messages and just people giving you props after the fight.
Oh yeah, the just positivity that people have been sending me is unreal. The support that I've got from my friends, my fans, my family, just unreal. I couldn't ask for better people in my life, and there's no doubt for the next one. I think they're going to be just as pumped up. I think people want to, my friends and my family, they want to see me go out there and do it again, and see how far I can get with it.
And the big question here, before we let you go here, who do you want to fight next? You're now a UFC fighter. You're coming off a win in your debut. Is there anyone on the roster you're looking at next, or you just leave that up to your management?
Man, I don't ever call nobody out ever. It's just it ain't my style. Because truth be told, man, I don't want to fight nobody. I do this because yeah, I just feel like it's my calling in life or whatever. It's one thing that I've always been good at before even cage fighting. I was fighting in backyards and stuff. So it's really just to put food on my table. I don't want to fight nobody, but I'll fight whoever I got to, and I fear no one, no one. So anybody they put, in my weight class, I'm fighting. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They tell me who, I say okay. Obviously, I'm not in a good state right now. I need a lot of rest. I've been taking like long ass naps and just I need a lot of sleep, a lot of rest, and months and months and months off. And I actually got to put on weight for my next fight. I was walking around about 147. I fight dudes that walk around about 160. Then that's the day of the fight. Not like they probably walk around 180 in the gym, but they walk around the day of the fight 160. I weighed in 147 the day before the fight. So I've got to put on weight, and I've got to get my head right rest-wise. I got to get sleep. I got to take time off, and I got to put on weight.
So what do you, like you mentioned, relaxing, getting naps and stuff like that. Are you watching any TV or playing any video games? What is this week looking like? Because it must be nice. You're coming off this big UFC win. I'm sure you get to relax a lot.
Oh, for sure, man. I've slept in every day, just been taking naps with my puppies. I don't know. One of them's under the table. She's too big to pick up. I got a little puppy somewhere. I don't know where she's at, but man, they're so cute. I'll just lay down and sleep with them. And then today's actually the first day I'm getting out of my house and doing something. I'm going fishing with my buddies. So after this, I'm gonna go fishing, and then I spent all yesterday cutting up Bobcat. So when I get back tonight, I'm gonna jerky up the Bobcat and jerky up some deer meat. And I got a dehydrator right here behind me. That white box, you open it up, and it's got light bulbs in the top and the bottom, like 125-watt light bulbs, so they're really really hot light bulbs, and that's what I put my jerky in. I'll open it up here,
This is
and
like a
so
Cribs
tonight,
edition. I like this.
yeah. So all those trays right there, I put meat on all those trays, and I turn those light bulbs on, and there's a heat fan here at the bottom. That heat fan right there pushes out that hot air, and then it gets that meat in there real dry. So that's how I jerky stuff up. I'll be doing that tonight, and that's about it, man.
How is Bobcat jerky? I've never had it before. Does it taste good?
I don't know, man. We'll see. We will see. I was cutting it up yesterday, and you know what? There's a good chance me and you have both ate Bobcat at some Chinese place.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, that meat, it looks really, really good. I can't wait to have some myself, and if I don't like it, I'm just gonna give it to my dogs for dog treats. But yeah, I'll find a use for it.
Okay, good stuff, man. Well, Bryce, congratulations again on the win. What a performance that was. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors you want to thank or anyone any teammates, anything you want to shout out, man, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you so much, brother. It's an honor being on the show. Thank you for having me. I got to thank my manager, Matt Weeble with First Round Management, my coaches, Barada MMA, William McLaughlin, of course, Westside MMA, Lee and Matt, LD MMA, all the gyms I train to, all my teammates, all my family, friends, all my sponsors. Thank y'all very much. I have a Facebook, Bryce Mitchell, and I have an Instagram, Bryce Mitchell, and I don't have a Twitter because they banned me. So fuck Twitter.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.